We currently have 4 associate artists. They're all professional musicians. They're all working out in the real world, so to speak. They're able to impart their knowledge and their experience, obviously, to the students in the way when they actually collaborate with them.
We perform with the students, accompany them, act as an orchestra when there is no orchestra for concertos, and perform with them as a duo partner in recitals.
We change associate artists every year, so it's really good. We'll get to work with pretty much all of them.
The student gets to individually work with a pianist for the entire year, and it's a really special relationship between them, because it's not your average accompanist where they're coming in and just working with them for like a couple of rehearsals and a session. We get to form a relationship with them over a whole year.
They have very challenging jobs. They have to be able to churn through a huge amount of music, often with short notice, and play perfectly every time.
As associate artists, we're bringing, I guess, a certain amount of experience, because a lot of the time these are pieces we have played before. But at the same time, at the end of the day, when we walk on stage, we're colleagues presenting a piece together. So in the practice room and in the studios, our role involves a certain amount of coaching. But at the same time, I like being inspired by the students too.
All the best musicians, I think, often form close relationships with people they collaborate with regularly, especially in chamber music. And as a young musician, it's really nice to be able to form that relationship with someone who's got a lot more experience than you do.
It's like you sort of start to inhabit the same musical brain. You know, the first piece you work on involves a lot of verbal talk, and it's amazing how by sort of October or November, you've almost developed this musical ESP with them.
I've been working with Jared just this year. It's been terrific, especially working with him on his own composition, because that's obviously a very different thing than when you're there both looking at something that somebody else composed 100 or 200 years ago.
They're so wise in their musical advice. You can really trust their advice.
It's a two-way street. It's not just about a student following someone else, but it's actually the associate faculty also listening and learning from what they're doing, and then responding and throwing it back at them. So it's this constant, to and fro.
He's always got helpful criticism, helpful ideas. It's a very collaborative partnership rather than it being like a student-teacher kind of thing.
When you step back and realise that they're putting their heart and soul into all the 15 or whatever students they have, for every recital, it's kind of incredible to make you appreciate what you're doing, and when you're going on stage, with them, they're taking it a special consideration every time they do it.